What's the biggest mistake new farmers make? They think they need 100 acres to make a living. They think they need to compete with the giant industrial farms. So they go out and they plant 2 acres of storage potatoes or feed corn, and they get crushed. Hey there, growers. Welcome back to the Garden Sage. If you're new here, this is the place where we talk about the business of growing. We focus on profit per square foot, not just how to grow a tomato. Today, we are talking about the lifeblood of a small, profitable farm: crop selection. The truth is, not all crops are created equal. Some crops cost you money to grow. Others are like a living ATM machine. What I'm about to share with you isn't a theory. This is the playbook. These are the 15 crops that I and hundreds of other successful market gardeners rely on to pay the bills, wow our customers, and build a resilient, profitable business on just an acre or two. We're going to cover the fast cash crops that pay you in 30 days, the high-value superstars that chefs will fight over, and the long-term assets that pay you back for decades. This list could literally change your entire farm. So, do me a favor. If you're serious about making a living from your land, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment right now. What's the one crop you're relying on for profit this year? I want to know. All right, put your gloves on. Let's get into the 15 most profitable crops you can grow. Number 1, salad mix, the cash flow king. If you could only grow one thing, this should be it. Salad mix, or mesclun mix, is the undisputed king of the market garden. It is the engine that pays the weekly bills. Here's the math, and it's beautiful. You seed a bed, and in 30-40 days, you get your first harvest. But you're not pulling the plant. You're using the cut-and-come-again method. You shear it off, and it grows back. You can get 3, 4, sometimes 5 cuts from a single planting. Let's talk dollars. A 1-pound bag of high-quality organic salad mix sells at a farmer's market for $12 to $16. A single 100-foot bed can produce 30-40 pounds of mix per cutting. Do that math. That's $400, $600 from one bed, which you can then harvest again in 2 weeks. Why is it so profitable? Because you can't buy this in a store. The stuff in the plastic clamshell is 3 weeks old, gassed, and tastes like wet paper. Your mix is fresh, vibrant, and diverse. You can create your own brand with a signature mix of lettuces, mustards, and kales. It is the single most reliable, fast-growing, and profitable crop you can put in the ground, period. Number 2, microgreens, the profit per square foot champion. If salad mix is the king, microgreens are the wizard. This is as close to printing money as you can get in farming. We're talking about taking a crop from seed to sale in 10 to 14 days. The turnaround is intoxicating. Here's the deal. You're growing plants like sunflower, pea, radish, or broccoli in a shallow tray of soil and harvesting them at the cotyledon stage. You don't need a field. You can do this in a greenhouse, a high tunnel, or even a spare room in your basement under lights. You are selling density. The price? Get ready. Microgreens sell for $30 to $50 per pound. A single 10x20 tray can yield a pound of sunflower shoots, and you can fit dozens of these trays in a tiny space. Who buys this? High-end restaurants, health food stores, and any customer at the market who wants to add a nutrient-dense, flavorful punch to their food. It's a low startup cost venture that provides year-round cash flow even in the dead of winter. It takes skill to get the seeding and watering right, but once you nail it, it's a license to print money. Number 3, arugula, the rocket. They literally call this plant rocket, and for good reason. It grows incredibly fast. I'm talking 21 days for baby leaf, 40 days for a full bunch. It is the ultimate cash flow crop for the spring and fall. Why is it so profitable? First, speed. You can get multiple successions in before your summer crops even think about setting fruit. Second, demand. That peppery, nutty flavor is something customers and chefs actively seek out. They'll come to your stand just for the arugula. You can sell it in 2 ways: as part of your salad mix to add that spicy kick, or as bunched arugula for $3 or $4 a bunch. It loves the cool weather of spring and fall, meaning it's productive when other crops are dormant. It's easy to grow, germinates reliably, and tells your customers right away that you're a serious grower. It's a non-negotiable for my farm. Number 4, radishes, the 25-day moneymaker. Don't you dare laugh. Radishes are the secret weapon of the profitable market gardener. Why? One reason: cash flow. Picture this. It's early spring. You just spent a ton of money on seeds, compost, and irrigation. You have no income for months, unless you planted radishes. These things go from seed to sale in 25 days. You can be the first person at the market with fresh, crunchy produce while everyone else is still selling last year's storage crops. A beautiful, crisp bunch of radishes sells for $3, $4. It's a high impulse buy. They don't just make you money. They're good for your soil. They act as a biodrill, breaking up compacted soil with their taproot. And they're the perfect intercrop, or catch crop. You plant them between your rows of slow-growing tomatoes or squash. Harvest them before the main crop even needs the space, and you've just made money from land that was otherwise sitting empty. Speed equals profit, and nothing is faster than a radish. Number 5, gourmet garlic, the annual payday. Okay, let's slow it down. Not every profitable crop is fast. Some are a long-term investment. Garlic is your annual payday. This is the crop you plant in the fall, mulch heavily, and mostly forget about until next July. But I am not talking about the cheap, papery white garlic from the grocery store. That's a commodity. You can't win there. I'm talking about gourmet hardneck garlic. Varieties like Music, German Extra Hardy, or Spanish Roja. These have huge, easy-to-peel cloves and complex, fiery flavors that foodies will pay a premium for. You can sell this for $15 to $20 a pound. You can braid it and sell the braids for $25 each. You can sell it as seed garlic to other growers for even more. The demand for high-quality, locally grown garlic is insatiable. It stores for months, meaning you can have a cash flow in the fall and winter. It's a high-margin, low-labor, during the growing season crop that establishes your farm as a high-quality producer. All right, we're 5 crops in, and we've already covered the cash flow engines that pay your weekly bills. Are you starting to see a theme? We're not growing what's easy. We're growing what's smart. We're growing what the supermarket can't compete with. If you're getting value out of this, do me a solid and hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this business advice with more growers who need to see it. Now let's get into the high-value superstars, the crops that make chefs and high-end customers line up at your stall. Number 6. Specialty cherry tomatoes, market candy. This is a perfect example of smart farming. Do not try to compete with a 50-cent a pound Roma tomato. You will lose. Instead, you grow the $8 per pint Sun Gold cherry tomato. Cherry tomatoes are profit machines. The yield per plant is staggering. But the key is in the variety. You need to grow the ones that taste like candy. Sun Gold, orange. Black cherry, purple. Sweetie, red. These have sugar levels, bricks, that are off the charts. At the market, your job is to have a sample bowl. A customer tries one Sun Gold. Their eyes widen, and they immediately buy 2 pints. You're not selling a vegetable, you're selling an experience. Chefs will also pay top dollar for mixed pints of these colorful, sweet tomatoes. They take work, they need trellising, but the return per square foot is one of the highest on the farm. Number 7. Gourmet mushrooms, the wasted space profit. What if you could make money from that shady, wet corner of your farm where nothing will grow? What if you could make money from your basement? You can. It's called growing gourmet mushrooms. I'm talking about oyster mushrooms, shiitakes, and lion's mane. These are not button mushrooms. These are high-end culinary ingredients that sell for $12, $16, or even $20 a pound. You can grow shiitakes on hardwood logs tucked away in the woods. You can grow oyster mushrooms in bags of sterilized straw or coffee grounds hanging in a garage. You are turning a waste stream, log straw, into a high-value product. The demand is explosive. Chefs are desperate for a consistent, local supply. Farmers market customers are fascinated by them. It's a specialized skill. But once you learn inoculation, you can create a year-round, high-profit business in a space that you're not even using for anything else. Number 8. Cut flowers, the surprise moneymaker. Hold on, this isn't a vegetable. You're right. But it might be the most profitable crop on your entire farm. If you are running a market garden, you must have a cut flower patch. Here's why. People buy with their eyes. A beautiful $20 mixed bouquet of zinnias, sunflowers, cosmos, and snapdragons is a high-impulse purchase. It's an emotional buy. The margins are astronomical. The seeds for that $20 bouquet cost you maybe 50 cents. You can sell to market customers, to florists, or run a you-pick operation. Flowers bring people to your farm. They take pictures. They post on social media. Flowers are not just a crop. They are your marketing department. A small 100-foot bed of zinnias can produce hundreds of dollars in bouquets every single week. Do not sleep on flowers. Number 9. Specialty, hot peppers, the value add